Welcome back everyone to another edition of Doubleheader Weekly Picks with Amir and Keenan Costain. Wait, you know, Week 12's over, Week 13's around the corner. Before we dive in, I have one question to ask. Who's ready for turkey, food, shopping, and running backs? We are. All right, well, Week 12's over and Week 13's 2 days away.
2 days away, and as you can see by the graphic, the background, it's Thanksgiving week.
Oh, yeah, and at the time of recording, but I haven't said all that. Bills and Saints, they're enjoying their week off. Bengals, Falcons, Jets, Jaguars. Hopefully, the week off you're able to do some soul searching.
Yeah, some soul searching from especially for some teams that desperately need it for sure, like Jacksonville and New York.
Yeah, New York and or the Jets, right? I know it was an interesting bye week because you let go of your general manager Joe Douglas, and Jaguars are still keep Doug Pearson's still going to be on the sidelines this coming Sunday. However long remains to be seen. So, having said all that, bingo board returns and
Oh, and a lot of X's on your bingo card, Amir, for sure. Cuba Hubbard did not score twice. However, he scored one time.
yeah, he did. But I got Gus Edwards right, and Kyle Van Noy, and Daniil Hunter will be in the losing effort. And yeah, both LA teams came up short, and AJ Brown went over the century mark, so I got those right.
Hey, that's a hard prediction to predict for AJ Brown. So we'll get to those Eagles later on into the show. So as for the other one, Mike Evans did not score a touchdown. So for your fantasy lineup, folks, you had Mike Evans in your lineup. You had a rough day at the office.
Yeah, but we were Bucks fan. It was a good day at the office, but we'll get to them shortly. First, we're going to start off in the Windy City, where it was much closer than we thought.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, doing Caleb Williams things as a rookie this season. He's been doing pretty solid, indeed. Up and down, at, as expected for a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, well, I will say the Bears' offense has improved the last 2 weeks after they let go of their original offensive coordinator, but still wasn't enough. As for the Vikings, I mean, give it up to their offense. I mean, Aaron Donald, three passed for 330 yards, two touchdowns, no picks. Jordan Addison, career high, eight receptions for buck 62 and one touchdown. And welcome back to the line, T.J. Hawkinson, seven catches for buck 14. Aaron Jones, his best day in the Vikings uniform, 129 total yards and a score. All adds up to not only to his skull clap, but also a message from our friends from the Bikini Bottom. Oh yeah. And as for the Bears, it made it interesting. I mean, 10 unanswered points and recovered an onside kick, but Mr. Eberflus, you were not hearing cheers when you exited the field. You were hearing this.
Oh, you stink!
Man, if you're the Bears, you're 4-7. I mean, technically, you could be still in the hunt for a wild card if all goes right the rest of the way.
Well, all has not gone right since they got back from the trip in London, and time is running out in Chicago.
Yeah, as we said last week, time is running out for these teams, and like I said, if everything falls right, and Bears got to win pretty much the rest of their games in order to secure a spot.
They got a short week. They're on a short week too, and it's on the road, so it's not getting much easier.
No, it is not. So, Bears, good effort, 30-27. Excuse me, Vikings 30-27, and yeah, we predicted basically almost 2 score touchdown games. And yeah, I got nothing else. We start off 1-0.
Yep, so far so good for us. So thorough in Windy City, but a good one nonetheless. So all right, congrats to the Vikings. Moving on to Indianapolis, and well, home team was this game was not close at all.
No, it was not. And Detroit doing what they have been doing all year long. No, running game has been excellent. Passing game has been excellent. And not Matthew Stafford, but what's his name?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. I had a moment where Matthew Stafford was still on the line, but nope, not anymore. But Jared Goff doing his thing, and as for the Colts, you're still in the hunt for that last wild card spot. So, but not the score that you wanted, being 24-6.
Well, to say Anthony Rich and the Vol return, going 11-28 for a buck 72.
No, that's not gonna get it done. Because you want to compete for that last wild card spot, and come playoff time, and I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for both teams because the Lions are doing exceptionally well. And as for the Lions, you deserve a special gift from the Bikini Bottom.
Oh yeah, especially you, Jameer, and David combined for three oh, three touchdowns. 99 yards from Jameer, 37 yards on the ground for David, and the Lions defense. They didn't report a sack or a turnover, surprisingly. They held the Colts 6 points, which is that being said, you get around the money, Keenan. Take it away, Krusty Krab. Yep. As for the Colts, yeah, your home stadium was dominated by Honolulu Blue. Not pretty easy to tell apart from Colts from the Speed Blue, and putting up 6 points at home earned you this.
Boo! You stink!
Yeah, they got to figure something out quick because time is running out, and gotta get those wins somehow.
Yeah, it's gonna be December real soon. Actually, this Sunday's gonna be December. So, yep, you guys came out short of the playoffs last 2 of the last 3 seasons, and it might be 3 out of 4. Things don't shape up in Indianapolis.
Hmm. So with that we move on to our next game.
Yep, we move on to the nation or land over Maryland, where what was that, Commanders?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused myself. That wild finish, I might add. I did not see this coming for one. But
Neither did I. Especially when it was 13-9 for it seemed like forever, and then next thing you know, there were points being scored like crazy, and it looked like, okay, Commanders are going to pull this out until they didn't.
no. Um, as for our predictions here, we had 31 to 16 and 28 to 10, and let's just say that you know give Dallas credit. You know what played played well.
Yeah, they spoiled the Dan Quinn revenge game, which I don't know, which I left off the table in the Week 12 preview episode. But either way, Mike McCarthy got the better of his former defensive coordinator. And speaking of defense, Micah Parsons back to his old self, 2 sacks, and Mr. Javon Thomas, excuse me, not Thompson, 43-yard onside kick, which is why he's in a celebratory mood and is pictured in the middle, and one on the bottom left-hand corner. We'll get to you shortly, Mr. Cyborg. And Cooper Rush threw for 2 touchdown passes, one to Mr. Stu Baker, which America seem you haven't heard this in a long time. Take it away, Krusty Krab.
in the first, you haven't heard that in 5 weeks.
Yeah, no, since the end of September for fans in Dallas. As for Washington, you've been hearing this a lot, and well, there's plenty of reason why. I mean, your quarterback got sacked twice with Micah Parsons through 2 picks, and Mr. Seibert, yeah, you have a reason to be holding your head. You missed 2 extra points, including the potential game tire, and late in the game when it looked like momentum was on the Commanders' side, and as a result, that's what Commanders fans are saying at the clock struck zero um, at the stadium.
Boo! You stink!
There we go.
Yeah. So you're 7-5. You're still looking pretty decent, but if you want to improve, I think you're a better team on paper than the record shows. So, um, Washington, I expect some wins too going forward.
They've lost 3 in a row, and they got to start winning. Hopefully, they get back to winning ways pronto.
Well, if I would have known that, I would have named this episode "Running Out of Time" instead of last week. But I mean, I guess last week's episode helps that case too.
Oh yes. Anyway, hats off to the Cowboys and Commanders. Let's just say you can put this loss behind you.
Well, let's get to a team where surprisingly put up a good fight.
Oh yeah, what a thriller in Charlotte. I mean, defending champions. Well, had to sweat it out, but per usual, but found a way to win or bounce back in this case.
Yeah. Well, let's go over some of these results, shall we? 34-17 was my prediction. 28-14 was your prediction. And the final score of this game was 30-27. And Bryce Young playing his best team as a quarterback. Hey,
Yeah, against a tough Chiefs defense. I mean, I'll give him that. He threw 2 touchdown passes and did not turn the ball over. Amazing enough, neither Patrick Mahomes threw 3 touchdown passes against the Panthers defense, 2 of which Noah Gray, who second week in a row found the end zone twice. And when game was on the line, the Chiefs found a way to win. Spencer Schrader kicked the 31-yard field goal as time expired to, put the Chiefs back in the winning column and hear a familiar tune. There you go. Yep. As for the Panthers, good effort, but the defense just couldn't get it done in crunch time, and I mean, a lot couldn't build off the momentum from Munich, and as a result, they were hearing this.
Boo! You stink!
yeah. But Cuba Hubbard, making that touchdown to tie it up at 27 apiece. As a Panthers fan, you as a Panthers fan, Amir, that gave us a little bit of hope where is they can compete with some of the best teams out there. On Sunday at Bank of America Stadium was no testament.
Yeah, I mean, I would say things have changed for the Panthers, considering where we were about earlier this month, where it just felt like, oh well, it's going to be the same old. But on paper, things are looking up. But we want to see Panthers like to see more wins, and but either way, give the defending champions a run for their money, nonetheless.
Right, and I want to read something real fast that I typed out on my Instagram to one of our Panthers fans out there. Shout out Riley Perron, but he said to me via message that the Panthers should have won that game, and I want to read this out. I want to read this statement that I made about from that response. I put the thing about Sunday's game is that I'm not mad about the outcome, but I'm mad at this point that the Panthers lost. It was expected. And I put, I don't like the Chiefs either, except for Patrick Mahomes. It was a good, clean game. The pass interference calls were called correctly late in the game. It was a super hard. It was super hard to stop Kansas City in the 2 minute drill. Bryce played his best game as a professional against a Super Bowl contending team, which is good to see. And if the Panthers can contend with the teams like Kansas City, Detroit, and Minnesota, it gives me, a Panthers fan, excitement. I remember saying this on my weekly pick segment about, about the Panthers uh, this year. If the Panthers can win 4 or 5 games this year, I would consider that a success. So that's what I wrote. And I had to reiterate some of those words that I wrote down for him, so just to make that a little bit more sense. So I think it was a good point to add in my take about this team.
Oh, well said. And well, the schedule's like looks pretty light for the Panthers in December, so they can hopefully win 3 games. But we'll see.
Yeah, but just in conclusion, I'm really proud of this Panthers team because think about this. The last 5 weeks, they look like they weren't a team at all. And think about the Munich game and the Raiders game. That's a different team.
Oh yeah, and I will say they've been playing better. And heck, they
Yeah,
won 2 games going into their bye week as well, and then so there's that.
absolutely. So, um, but yeah, we picked the right team correctly. That being Kansas City, and it was going to be hard to stop Kansas City there at the end with that 2 minute drill with Patrick Mahomes going out on the field. So I'm not mad
Right.
about that. So that's my take.
Yep. So either way, Thriller in the Queen City, the defending champions got it done. Got everybody on home team, and going from that game to the next one. Um, back Texans. What was that?
Let's just get it out of the way. I'm shocked.
Yeah, and so is D'Amico Ryans with TJ Stroud, whose sophomore season has not lived up to the hype. So having said all that, take it away, Krusty Krab.
Oh, you stink!
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Technology. But yeah, 30. We expected this game to be nowhere close to what it was.
Oh yeah, especially in Houston again. You lost to a team that would you were way better on paper than they laid that egg on home week night against the Jets, and they didn't lay an egg against the Titans. Excuse me. Um, they lost.
Yeah, they and how the heck did the Titans put up 32 points because they haven't put up 32 points all year, right?
Well, no, that they haven't put up 30 points in the game this year until this past Sunday, and I know why. Help doesn't Tony Pollard, who I mentioned in our preview episode, he had 119 yards rushing score. Harold Landry provided the game-sealing sack or play that forced out of the end zone, caused a step out of the end zone. And Chig Anaquanu, hope I said that right, he only had one catch, but it was a big one, a 70-yard touchdown reception. And Will Levis overcame 3 sacks from Neil Hunter to throw for 2 touchdown passes. And as I say that, yeah, Will Levis outplayed C.J. Stroud, which I don't think anyone saw coming.
No, no one did, and it's odd because you look you're looking at the Texans right now, like they need to get wins too. Like these teams are falling apart like a $3 suitcase.
Yeah, it's just I know it's just, this Texans team. It's just I don't know what's going on with them for the last month. I mean, they were fixing to go into the Halloween, and since then, win one once around that came last Monday. I'm just recording.
Yep, yep. And shout out Eric Collins for the $3 suitcase reference.
Oh yeah, and that should be 75 pieces next to that. But either way, yeah, they've lost. It's but either way, it's just that's a loss that definitely might come out to bite you. Houston, given that you lost at home to an inferior Tennessee Titans squad. Anyway, hats off to them for not playing, not throwing in the towel.
Right, right. And Tennessee is kind of like in what Carolina is this year, sort of. But I mean, what can you say? Teams that have like least amount of wins can play like that, right? So
Yeah, it's. I mean, look. I mean, going back to the Cowboys. I mean, they managed to pull up and upset against the Commanders too, and having
exactly,
said that, what up?
exactly, yeah, for sure. Because Washington and Houston, they need to find some wins because they like you said, Amir, played really well this year overall. And now we're getting into crunch time, literally crunch time, and they're not getting the wins they need.
Oh yeah, and as for a win for the Titans, I haven't heard this much this year, but you've earned it. Yeah, hats off to Tennessee, but Houston, we have a problem. Our team is inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Well, um, I mean, this is not what I saw from year one. From year one, CJ Stroud, not at all.
No, he's putting up decent numbers, but they're not MVP like were the ones he put up last year. And hopefully, the
Yeah.
season all returns quickly.
Although it is the sophomore slump, that exists around many types of sports,
Yeah, unfortunately, but you're a Texas fan. You want that slump to go away.
and fast. And well, we already did the boo you stink, so I'm all set there. But
Oh yeah.
Amir, we're 3-2. After a few surprising victories.
Yep, but the one that we're seeing now, not well, some more closer result, but yeah, so much for that. Bringing Tommy DeVito Giants.
Yeah, I kept looking at the ticker at the bottom of my screen on my television. Kept seeing a goose egg in your slot, Giant. I mean, you guys were able to score late in the game, and it just I was like, oh great, now you guys show up.
Yeah, and as seen the thing with the Giants, they also let well Daniel Jones requested to be released. They granted it, and so he's no longer on the team. Honestly, I didn't see that coming. It's during the season. So of course everyone's all happy that Tommy DeVito or Tommy Cutlets was coming in the lineup, spark this Giants team, and well, they got it done.
Yep, and as of today, which is Tuesday, when we are recording this, it will be out on our regularly scheduled Wednesdays. We should find out where Daniel Jones might land because there's rumors going around that he's still looking for a job and teams still want him.
Yeah, he's looking to land on a contender where, which as I say that, the Bucks starting to look like the contender we did back in September. So they ran for over 100 yards and got a big game from Bucky Irvin and Rashad White, who both found the end zone and were, oh, yeah, we're jumping leaping and outrunning giant defenders like it was a marathon, and nobody could catch him or tackle him.
Nobody. And I'm surprised this too, because I didn't know about the Mike Evans thing earlier. About him, I thought he was at least gonna get something like a touchdown, like you said in the bingo cards segment.
And so did I, but Tampa Bay won. Decided, oh, we'll do score over touchdowns on the ground, and when you win, hey, doesn't really matter. And oh yeah, Baker Mayfield, yeah, took a page out of Tommy DeVito's book with doing the. Mhm. Yeah, he kind of rubbed it into the fans at MetLife Stadium, which has not been a friendly, not been kind to the home teams on Sundays this year. They have yet to win at home. Giants and Jets when they're not playing on Thursdays.
Yep, and that record right there, 2-9, if I'm reading that correctly, it explains that. So,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
yeah, so let's get this out of the way and do this a little bit. So the good news is Buccaneers, you score 30 points, Baker Mayfield doing this team. So the Krusty Krab, with the hip hip hooray, take it away.
oh yeah, yeah. For the
And for the
Giants,
Giants, you deserve this.
yep.
Boo! You stink!
Yeah, 2 wins. You're not going to make the playoffs. So, wrong.
Oh yeah, and wrong, and yeah, that's what I said when you thought Tommy Field's gonna come in the lineup. It's gonna be glory days for you guys. Nope.
So, moving on to our next game. Uh, I'm ready, and we have the Patriots and the Dolphins, and same song, second verse. Um, pretty much a blowout. We kind of expected that, and yeah. And talk about Tua Tagovailoa doing his thing. Three wins in a row, right?
Yep, and he passed for 4 touchdown passes in the 3-17. Jalen Waddle, his best game of the season, 144 yards and a touchdown. Dono Smith followed up his big points against the Raiders with 87 yards in the score, and Ball Achan also ended them twice by the air. And I had Mr. Chop Robinson at 1.5 sacks, so it was a fun day in South Beach. So you know they were singing it while on the way to and from the beach. Saying,
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's appropriate too because they got the uh were they yeah they were at home. That's right. And so my point is valid. So Um, it, so it's funny because we're talking about the Bikini Bottom, with the ocean and the water in the sand. They were able to relax, have a good time, and have some fun.
oh yeah, and speaking of having fun, and Dolphins now they were just 2-6 not too long ago, and look where they are now. They've won 3 straight.
Oh, they're in the hunt category. Uh, in the division.
Oh yeah, and or as they say in the Rich Eisen, sniffing it, as in they're sniffing the playoff spot. As for the Patriots, they are not sniffing it, as in their chance of making the playoffs are just at a say zero. And Drake May, yeah, there are going to be days like this. So, fortunately, for the Patriots, you were hearing this. But a handful of fans have made the trip to South Florida.
Boo! You stink!
Yeah, so I'm gonna I'll save I'll save it for the next segment. My bad, but yeah, if you're New England, uh, yeah, I would have to agree.
Oh yeah. So moving on from South Beach, now going to Lake Slade, and wow, What if Denver? I don't know what is with you on 11/24, but you seem to always make history on that day.
Yeah, and talk about the history, Amir, because they got the win. I mean, there's got to be more to that.
Yeah, in case y'all don't know, the Broncos actually played the day I was born against the Raiders, dominated them on Monday night with John Elway and Terrell Davis, which you can learn about in the card and look up here in the stream right now. I don't know why. So anyway, it's also pretty good pleasure as well. And well, fast forward 27 years later, Raiders take on the Broncos again, and Broncos dominate. And Bo Nix, made history becoming known for the most touchdown passes for a Broncos rookie quarterback, passing not John Elway, but Marlon Briscoe from the early 60s when he threw 14 as a rookie, gone through 7 in his rookie season. It's amazing enough as I say that, you can learn about that in the card sitting up here right now as well. Our second episode. Man, Denver, I don't know what's going on. You seem to pop up a lot. And we are talking about it, you guys.
Yeah, we so the first one is about the draft class episode, or which one is that?
Yeah, draft class.
So 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 like
Episode
like
2.
like you said, episode 2, and
Mhm.
that's so you guys know what to do. So
Yeah, speaking of the number 2, Bo Nix, 2 touchdown passes, and both of them went to Cortland Sutton, who wins the game with 8 receptions, 97 yards, and of course, mentioned touchdown passes, or receptions, excuse me. And he got help from his teammate Brandon Jones, who intercepted the first touchdown pass, and then also Will Lutz went 5 for 5 in field goals.
hmm, well, look, 5-5. I like that.
Oh yeah, so Denver, you cashed in Vegas, so you know what that means. Well,
Hooray! Hip, hip. Wow! Hip, hip. Hooray!
oh yeah, and you know Mr. Krabs loves money.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he sure does. And it's been the same song, second verse for the Raiders, and you guys deserve this.
It's been like the chum bucket in Vegas for the Raiders, and you know what happens at the chum bucket?
Boo! You stink!
Yep, that is right. Remember, kids, don't eat the chum.
Nope, never go to the chum bucket. Go to the Krusty Krab. As a customer, I don't know you want to work there, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, but Raiders or excuse me, Broncos, you're 7-5, looking pretty good, and my expectations are I can see the Broncos being 7-5, with Sean Payton, and looked really well for that rookie quarterback as well.
Yeah, and it got to a slow start for Bo Nix, and we didn't throw a touchdown pass in his first 3 games, but he's picked it up since then. And even Sean Payton starting out 0-2, coming under fire from Broncos and fans and the media, but look where he is now. Look where he has him, 7-5, and they hold the last wild card spot in the AFC playoffs. So that's up to Sean Payton.
Yep, and we're gonna bring up the playoff brackets a lot more. 'Cause like I said, crunch time.
Oh yeah, and Denver, you're doing last hard today. You be in it. So keep it up, Denver.
hmm So we're gonna moving right along, as Kermit the Frog once said.
Oh yeah, and moving right along. Go Pack, go. 49ers. Let's just say we weren't hearing a lot of San Francisco on by Bob or Greg Papa.
Yeah. Well, I think we found out right after the recording of last week's episode that Brock Purdy was not gonna give it a go.
Yeah, he had to sit out this game and probably the next few weeks to a shoulder injury that I was not aware of until a few days prior to the game. And well, his absence was felt. not just both on offensively but defensively. Because Burns were out in service of Nick Bosa out with a hip injury, and well, Packers had their way with them. Josh Jacobs had the hat trick, and that you have every right to be doing the Lambeau League, Mr. Josh Jacobs. Who ran for a buck 06 in the hat trick. David McKinney, man, you've been one of the best free agent pickups on defense. You're now leading the NFL in interceptions, but the interception record in this game. Speaking of turnovers or lack thereof, Jordan Love, 2 touchdown passes, no turnovers. And Mr. Malik Keith, oh yeah, what a way to find the end zone for the first time this season. Acrobatic catch, I might add as well. So if you're the Packers, you're saying go Pack go, and you're hearing this or saying this to the team as they went to the locker room. Oh yeah, go
Yep.
Pack go and
So
hit the hooray.
yep. Go Pack Go. Hip hip hooray. I like that. Well, we were wrong about our predictions, Amir. Unfortunately, and score. I did not see that coming either.
Nah, I'm speaking of not seeing this coming. That's been going around 49ers Nation this season because 5-6 was not in the cards. And fortunately, when they went to Lambeau, they could not find the gold at the end of the rainbow. I don't know if fans will get that reference. And as a result, they heard this.
Boo! You stink!
Yep. Imagine getting to the end of that rainbow, and then you hear something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you dumped out the pot and realized there's nothing in here.
Yep. It's like that SpongeBob episode where they what's that episode where they hit that where SpongeBob brings that takes out that pot, and then out comes the rainbow, and then they both ride the rainbow down, and then the next thing that they know there's no money in that pot.
Yeah, I do. I know what scene you're talking about. I can't remember the episode, but yeah, that's one I was thinking of as
Oh,
well.
it was the Life or Crime episode where they try to steal the balloon, where they steal the balloon. Mr. Krabs tells him that story in the beginning.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember that one. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, now it's coming back to me. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen that episode. Classic episode if anybody has seen it, and I'll put it. I'll put a I'll put a subtext of that episode if you guys want to check that out for yourself.
Yep. So yeah, 49ers are feeling like sponge on Patrick in that episode where yeah, they didn't get their money's worth on Sunday, and that's been the case all majority of 2024 season. But Packers, you got your money's worth, and oh yeah, what a great way to go into the Thanksgiving holiday, which we'll dive into our next segment shortly. But first, we gotta get to our next game. It's also Dave's NFC West, excuse me, and Cardinals. That's not what we expected.
No, no. Um, 16-6. What a weird score, actually.
Yeah, I expect a lot more points from this one, but I gotta give the Seahawks defense credit. I mean, they stepped up on Sunday. I mean, Leonard Williams had 2.5 sacks, and then Mr. Kobe Bryant. No, not that one. There's a different Kobe Bryant. He found the end zone again, a 69-yard pick six, and paid tribute to Marshawn Lynch. And I will say, Kobe, great play. I hope it was worth losing some money from your bank account because I know the NFL is going to be sending you a notice in your mail at sometime this week for that celebration. But either way, good play nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. And he wears number 8 on the back of his jersey. So that's kind
Oh,
of ironic.
oh yeah, oops, hotel. Yeah, nice catch. No, thanks for pointing that out as well. Yeah, he wrote number 8 is Blake Kobe Bryant, starting started out before he changed kind of 24. It's Marshawn once wore in Seattle. As they say that. But anywho, speaking of 24th, during November 24th was 11-24. Number 11, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Another great day on the field. 6 receptions, 77 yards, and the lone offensive touchdown of the game. So, Seattle, 2 weeks in a row, you've been singing this. Oh, yeah. So, and what? And also, first place in the NFC West. How about
Yeah,
that?
really competitive in the AFC West. I like that. I like that for sure. But I can't wait when it comes to. hmm, I think after the Super Bowl, we'll probably review our weekly pick segment as a whole.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we'll wait for that. But I will say between now and then, hopefully for fans and NFC West, it'll be starting to create some distance again. December's home. We'll be here this Sunday. So far, Seattle looks like you'll be in the playoffs. I mean, come January. As for Arizona, I dip on paper you're going to get there, but results like that did not help the cause.
Yeah, so like I said, that's another team, like Washington, and like Washington, and I'm trying to think of another team. I can't think of it anymore.
Houston.
Houston, Washington, Houston, and Arizona. Those those teams need to find some wins.
Oh yeah, and as for Arizona,
Oh, you stink!
Yeah, so getting 6 points on the board is definitely a boo you stink because we're rooting for both of these teams, obviously, but Arizona, you you definitely exceeded expectations so far this season.
yeah, but the way that they coming out of the bye week, that's not what Cardinal fans were expecting.
Excuse me.
Fine. So having said all that, moving on from the Great Northwest to our Thursday game in Cleveland. And speaking of, it started a lot of surprises. Hey Steelers, what's up? What was that after?
Well, I mean, it was a close game. I would say good effort from Pittsburgh, but man, I'm just gonna say this. First quarter or first half rather looked good on the field, and all of a sudden, second half rolls around. It's snowing.
Yeah, hence the snowy background I have here. Yeah, it was as you can see in the pictures with Miles Garrett and Jordan Hicks. It was field was cleared, no precipitation whatsoever, and then come the second half, went to Wonderland.
Yeah, yeah. Christmas has come early in Cleveland.
And yeah, and Browns enjoyed every second. Browns fans enjoyed it, despite the conditions. Nick Chubb found the end zone twice, including the game winner. So hey, Nick Chubb, welcome back, sir. Well, been back for a while, but it's good seeing the end zone twice. And Miles Garrett, yeah, you have a reason to be crowned the king. You had 3 sacks in the game, and also Mr. Jordan Hicks. He also had a sack and broke up the potential game-winning pass in the final plays of the scrimmage. So, Browns fans, you were saying this as the snow was falling down at First Energy Stadium. Yeah, I know you were enjoying that, Keenan.
Yeah, I was one happy guy on Thursday, and what a game. I mean, I've been waiting for something like this for a while, and I'm definitely gonna get my prediction wrong about the Browns winning the division this year, but you know, we're gonna. I'm enjoying these games like it's the last. Got to the Browns and great effort by Pittsburgh once again. What a game! Like seriously, it was a great game. Seriously.
All right, speaking of the division, the Browns, two of their three wins this year come in the division at home against Baltimore and Pittsburgh, the two top teams in the AFC North. Speaking of the top team in the AFC North, Steelers, that was not what you envisioned after becomes playing sole possession in the first place in the AFC North. Yeah, this is what you heard when we were right back in Pittsburgh Friday morning. Or, yeah,
Boo! You stink!
yep.
Yeah, but hey, look at that look at that record 8-3. They're looking really good. It's not great. So still got some time left to get some wins. In the winning column.
Yeah, but yeah. Got to get back to winning ways. Got to let them to do it, Pittsburgh. So let's see what happens. Moving on from the game in Cleveland, snowy Cleveland, to sunny LA, where Saquon Barkley put on a Hollywood performance worthy of an Emmy.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley. Yeah, I would say, Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. He, you know, worked in the off season. Say, hey, this is gonna be my show. And lo and behold, with Saquon Barkley, it was his show.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Mr. Barkley had 255 yards rushing and two touchdowns. And yeah, so definitely Emmy worthy, Oscar worthy, and SAG award worthy. We're in Inglewood and Hollywood, not far from where the Rams and Chargers play. More on the latter in a moment. And AJ Brown, you also Emmy worthy performance. 6 touchdowns, a buckle in touchdown, and this touchdown dance in honor of Joel Embiid from the 76ers. So we're in the season's in full swing as we it's November, excuse me. Yeah, that was good. So that was a interesting dance by Saquon and AJ. And also Milton Williams had 2 sacks. Another Emmy-worthy performance. I know passing out down the Emmys for 2 weeks, 2 months ago, but never too early to start those nominations, right?
No, no, you're not wrong on that. And as for the little dance here on the right hand side of your screen, folks, the Sixers not looking too good as a basketball team so far this season. Come NBA. But hey, if you're a Philadelphia, Eagles fan following the NFL team, this is something you can dance to.
Oh yeah, and also you can dance to this. Okay.
Hip, hip, wow! Hip, hip,
All right, yeah, so definitely, and also fly Eagles fly because there are a lot of Eagle fans at SoFi Stadium on Sunday. Oh yeah. Speaking of flying, yeah, the Brands were flying over the field but could not find or hang Saquon Barkley. And Mr. Kyron Williams, yeah, the ball was flying, but it was not in your hands. You had a costly fumble inside the red zone that, really put your team in a big hole they couldn't crawl out of. So at game's end, Rams fans, you weren't playing touchdowns, but there are plenty of these.
boo! You stink!
Yeah. So I wasn't able to watch this game really. I was able to hear some of it, but turns out that the Eagles were in pretty good shape throughout the game. So we got that prediction right.
Yeah. Weird thing is, I had the final score 30-27. It was 37-20, so it's like a reverse, something like that. Just
Yeah.
30-7, switching around.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Well, Eagles 9-2, Rams need to find some wins as well.
Yeah, because you're in a very tight division, and at the moment you'd be watching the playoffs if they started today. So, and again, December's right around the corner, so you got to start winning ASAP.
And let's get to our last game of the week here because we got a lot to we have a lot to digest from this week.
Oh yeah, so we're staying in SoFi Stadium where we had it was the Hardball Bowl, third edition, and well, Big Brother Jim got the better younger brother Jim. Big Brother John got the better younger brother Jim. Excuse me. Once again, as the Ravens overcame a slow start but scored, but they'll take the lead at halftime and then go on to win 30-23, improved 7-4, thanks in part to 212 yards rushing as a team, 140 coming from King Henry.
Yep, we like. I mean, I brought this up. Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, probably the best two running back in the league this year. So Derrick Henry had his Hollywood story.
Oh yeah, definitely awarded an Emmy, and also the Ravens rushing offense definitely an Emmy nominated performance as well. And the running back Justice Hill only had 55 yards rushing and 4 carries, but his 51-yard score really put the game out of reach despite a late touchdown run by former Raven Gus Edwards. Former J.K. Dobbins can complete this game due to an injury, hopefully not serious. Speaking of homecomings, Kyle Manoy had a sack against his former team, and also Rashad Bateman, not a former Charger anyway, had a touchdown catch in the second quarter that put his team out in the front. And for good, is that Ravens had to leave the rest of the way and went on to win by 7, and helped John beat his brother once again for the third time, first time in 12 years. So I haven't said that. Ravens, you deserve a.
Most definitely, and it was an entertaining game, and we were actually really close once again. I'm like, man, what is it gonna take to get one of these predictions right?
I know, I know. I'm asking myself too. We're gonna get a prediction right one of these days. I don't
So
know.
close. Uh,
Got a month to go. But I will say this: Jim Harbaugh. I mean, good up by your team, but you weren't too pleased with the run defense. And so, having said that, Charger fans, yeah, for the run defense, you said this.
Oh, you stink!
well, I wouldn't consider it a boo you stink, but I would say a great effort from both teams, especially the Chargers.
Oh yeah, but then allowing 212 yards on the ground, that's no, that's I know that's not what you're expecting. You're a Chargers fan and Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, but hey, the brothers matchup, it did not disappoint.
No, it didn't. And speaking of matchups, yeah, since still on game in SoFi, the two running backs that were there, they're going to be playing each other this week. How they going to turn out? You're going to find out in our next segment. So stay tuned, folks.
All right, folks. So we reviewed week 12, and up next we have week 13 of the NFL schedule.
Yep, and sure enough, it's lucky week 13, and bingo cards going to be back out, but not which will be available when we review this week when tomorrow or the next episode. But of course, you know what's this week? It's Thanksgiving. We got 3 games on the Thursday slate.
Yeah, and it's Thanksgiving week or Thanksgiving Day rather coming up pretty, pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, and speaking of quickly, the Lions they been 8 years since the last time they won on Thanksgiving, and they got a good opportunity against a slumping Bears team who might be looking for a coach between now and next Sunday.
Yeah. And so, Amir, without further ado, do you have the PowerPoint for this week?
Oh, whoops! I thought I was sharing the screen. Let's see.
So, so
Here it is.
when,
Yes.
as Amir grabs that, and oh, there it is. So, Amir, there's the PowerPoint. So, so you're definitely fine on that. So, um, we have Bears at Lions this week for our first matchup at 12 o'clock.
Hey, pardon?
12 o'clock p.m.
12:30.
12:30. Okay, so 12:30 p.m. and it's gonna be on the CBS network. And the betting odds for this week is Bears plus 450, Lions minus 700. So the Lions are in the driver's seat this week.
Oh yeah, and speaking of the Lions, I'm picking the win outright. And Matt Eberflus, I say your time in Windy City is over.
Yep, he's referring to the offensive coordinator. And so if I had to choose, pretty simple. I'm gonna say 24-10.
Okay, 24-10.
So
All right.
if you're a Lions fan, you should be hearing hip hip hoorays, but by the time it hits zero.
Yeah, enjoying some Thanksgiving turkey or seeing your someone Lions uniform wearing a line a player from the Lion enjoying the nice Thanksgiving turkey but cooked by CBS and posted interview by Jim Nance and Tony Romo. There it is.
Yep. So all good, Amir. So anyway, I'm ready to move on to our next game on our Thanksgiving slate. So we have Giants at Cowboys. Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. Who's up for
Well,
Cooper Rush versus Tommy DeVito? Anybody? Nope. I wouldn't blame you.
well, I'll just say this: if somehow Dallas does not win this game, I don't know what to say anymore. So I'm gonna say it right now. Dallas Cowboys puts up 28, and the Giants will actually will bring up 10. I'm gonna say 10 again.
All right. I'll say the Cowboys will score 27. The Giants. I'll put 10 as well.
Yeah, that seems more realistic. And speaking of realistic, the Cowboys are the favorites at 210, and the Giants are plus 175. So those are the betting odds for this week.
Yep, and Dallas is your first perfect opportunity to get your first win at home. And hopefully, you see a lot of guys jumping inside the tea kettle. You know, the NFL's going to be passing off lines like crazy, but whatever. And hopefully, they'll find some turkey inside. Well, and get a turkey leg from the Fox crew in the Let's Go from Tom Brady as well.
Yeah, should be. If you're a Dallas fan, you gotta be feeling pretty good because they're facing a Giant team that does not have an identity whatsoever.
Oh no! Last Sunday was Nadar for that team, losing at home to Tampa and then seeing Saquon go crazy in LA. So having said all that, the only reason I will say is before we move on, Dallas. I will say don't get too overconfident because Tyrone Tracy, you get busted. Run defense still suspect, but either way, opportunities there. Don't waste it.
Absolutely. So, this should be a fun one. Dolphins at Packers. I like that. I like that.
Yep, and they played on Christmas just 2 seasons ago, and now they're playing on Christmas thanks. Well, on Christmas 2 seasons ago, now 2 years later, we're on Thanksgiving. Excuse me. There we go. So,
Yeah. So Amir, yeah, I think you're ready to give your prediction.
well, I'm going to be seeing a lot of Lambeau leaps. So, Packers will win this one 28-24. And so that the last time they won, yeah, they played Thanksgiving last year in Detroit. It's the second time they posted it, and it was a 4 point beat to the Bears, which I was very surprised by that. 'Cause I thought they were going to run the Bears out of the building, but either way, hopefully they can make up for it here and get George and Turkey alongside Miss wonderful Melissa Stark. As for the Dolphins, I'm trying to do some waddling or dancing or whatever, but either way, it should be a close one at Lambeau Field on Thursday night.
Yeah. So just this, I've been looking forward to this, game on the schedule for a while because Miami, they're back in it, winning the last three.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
So it's my turn, and I'm gonna say as I move my mic a little bit closer, but I'm gonna say, oh, this is tough. It's gonna be close. Uh, 27-24. Let's try that. Packers
27
should win this.
Okay. It always should be a close one at Lambeau. And, oh, yeah, Josh Jacobs and Jalen Waddle, Alabama alumni, and Tua Tagovailoa as well.
Mhm. So the betting odds is the Packers minus 170 and the Dolphins plus 145. So the Packers, you guys are in the driver's seat this week.
Yep, and also
Or
Dolphins.
yeah,
Yeah, Dolphins also
no, you're
playing on Thanksgiving for the first time since our last year in middle school in 2011.
the Dolphins were facing the Packers for the first time since 2011. Did I hear that right?
No, no, Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving 2011. Okay.
Yeah, they
Yep.
played.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played the Cowboys that day, and they lost
Yeah.
28-8.
I think I remember that. Yeah. But I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
Yeah, throw that in there. So anywho, speaking of the Dolphins, they also played on Black Friday last year, and that was a boat race to Jets. Speaking of Black Friday, if you're not shopping, you might tune into this game on Amazon between Chiefs and Raiders. They say it lightly, giving Raiders record.
Well, I do remember last year on Thanksgiving. Um, I want to say, was it on Black Friday that these two these two faced each other, or was it on
Uh,
Thanksgiving?
they played each other on Christmas last year. Yeah,
Oh, that's right. It was Christmas.
and that was the Chiefs'
Yeah,
last loss until they fell to the Bills 2 weeks ago. And I'll just get
yeah,
something right now. Chiefs hopefully can finally win a game going away. First time since the Saints game. So here it goes. Going to be another Black Friday dud from my prediction in terms of the results.
yeah. I mean, if the Chiefs make it close against the Raiders, I don't. I would be shocked because, like I said, Raiders have no identity having those two wins. But I mean, I can't really think of a prediction, Amir. So I would have to agree.
Same score.
Yep, same score, same result.
All right. So if you're the Raiders, hey, I heard do some shopping in Vegas. I heard they got a beautiful shopping center where you can actually do by the le- by the water. So if you get bored with the game, you can
Yep,
do some shopping by the water.
yep. And I've been to Las Vegas, and it's a beautiful place.
Oh yeah, it was. I think it's the town square. If my memory serves right. Yep.
I think, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Las Vegas Town Square. There you go. And
Yep,
Chiefs
that's it.
fans, the KC Grand, I heard is a good place to shop as well. Country Club Plaza. Excuse me. That's where it was. So, hey,
Oh,
it's gonna be a busy day.
mm-hmm. Yep, all good there. And I do like the pictures there, Amir. So good job on
Thank you.
that.
Yeah, of course. So again, Country Club Plaza, and hey, well, either way, it's if you're not watching the game, you can do some shopping. So anyway, moving on for that Friday game. Let's go on to the games on Sunday. You have an interesting one in Atlanta between the Falcons and the Chargers. The Falcons, they went in their bye week cold. Maybe a 2 week rest. Hopefully, it paid off.
Yeah, and before we move on, did I read the predictions for the betting odds?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I did not. So the Chiefs are -800 and the Raiders +500. So I just wanted to add that in before we move on to our Sunday night matchup or Sunday game matchup rather, our first one of Sunday. So there we go. There's your betting odds, and now we can move on to the Sunday matchups.
yes. Mhm.
So Amir, who do you got?
Well, I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one. Should be a fun one at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but I say the Chargers. But short week and flying to the Eastern time zone will find a way to get it done. 31-24 over the Falcons.
Well, if I'm looking at the betting odds, it's an even slate of -120.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised by that. Like even Slade, I mean, this would be that'd be a much closer one, but that'll definitely change between now and when I look this up and when this video gets released.
Yeah, we are recording this a little bit earlier than we usually do, so that's one thing, but that's okay. Um, if I had to choose, hmm, I'm gonna be a little different on this one. Falcons still looking pretty solid, you know. Um, but if I had to choose the score, hmm, I'm gonna say 31-28.
Okay,
Game winning field goal. I can definitely see that from Young Wei Koo.
yeah, he bounced back from a few weeks ago when he missed three against the Saints.
So he's been working in the bye week just to practice those picks. So 31-28 is my final prediction.
Right, so either way, a close one at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium between the Chargers and Falcons. Moving on from this game to the Steel Queen City in Cincinnati, where the Bengals come up from their bye week. Facing the Steelers, who will be back in the state of Ohio. Hopefully, win this one in a victory. Hopefully,
Yeah, and I'm gonna say 24-14. Steelers should win this.
4-14. Okay. As for me, Steelers. Let's just say get out the way. 28-20. And Bengals do have a high-powered offense, but I'd say the Steelers defense will find a way to make the game-changing play that they should have made last week. They'll deliver this week.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the betting odds, according to this, we have Bengals -150, Steelers 130. So they have it pretty close, actually.
Yeah, because I think the Bengals, been despite their record, they've been competitive in most about every game. And on Steelers that loss in Cleveland, I think that also impacted the betting odds.
Yeah, but I definitely agree on that. So, um, I Pittsburgh, but like I said in a recap segment, even though despite that loss, they still look pretty dang good.
Oh yeah, and also Bengals, like despite the record, still can put up points, and give any team run for the money. So moving on from we're going down the Turnpike to Indianapolis, or well, excuse me, well, Indianapolis is going to be playing in Foxborough, but Indianapolis is located amongst the highway from Cincinnati to Indianapolis. Anywho, Colts. Just be the fourth year in we played the Patriots. Yeah, kind of rekindling that rivalry from the 2000s, but I mean, Anthony Richardson versus Drake May, excuse me, instead of Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady, which, yeah, that was definitely times have changed in this series, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I'm gonna get this out of the way now. Colts should have 28, and the Patriots should have 17.
All right, well, he said Shugs. Anthony Richardson. Which one we're gonna get? One we saw at MetLife Stadium, or the one we've seen in a lot during his short career? Hopefully, get the one from MetLife Stadium. Both you need a win, and you need them badly. You want to be in the playoffs come January, so tell me what you got.
Yeah, and I would be shocked if the Patriots can this one out because they don't really have an identity either because the quarterback changed and yeah, you know first was it the second year without Bill Belichick?
First year.
First year without Bill Belichick. I I wanted to I wanted to double check on that, but I was wrong. But that's okay. But the Colts, you have a minus 150 minus 150 betting odds. Patriots, you have plus 130 betting odds. So Indianapolis, you should have you should have a chance.
Yep, and first time beat the Patriots at Gillette since 2006. That was on my sister's seventh birthday, believe it or not.
Um, because her birthday is December 1st, right?
November 5th. That's when the last time
Okay.
the Colts beat the Patriots in Gillette.
Oh, I was way off then. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. So,
And oh yeah, but yeah, December 1st is this Sunday, folks. That I mentioned before on our previous segment. So moving on. Speaking of must win now, Commanders are back at home against an inferior opponent. I expect the big day when your rushing offense, Mr. Robinson, Mr. Stewart, or last number 26. But anyway, I expect the big day from you guys. So Commanders, it better be a blowout. This better not be close. No upsets this time. Nicholas, that's
well, yeah. Well, I'll weigh the betting odds. Commanders minus 260, Titans plus 250. So Commanders, you're in the driver's seat, and I would have to agree, Amir. So give me 31, and the Titans should have mm, 14.
all right. And it was Jeremy Nichols and Brian Robinson, I meant to say, but y'all been kind of quiet lately. Hopefully, y'all get back to it in December. That's when you guys start getting the running game. Get that generated because that helps you out in the playoffs. And Commanders, they're a playoff team on paper, but we expect to be here at season's end. So let's get it done. Moving on. Ooh, an entertaining game in Minneapolis. Ooh, okay.
Oh man, this is tough. This is so tough because I want Arizona to do good, but I want the Vikings to do good. Oh, I'll read the betting odds. Cardinals plus 60, plus 160. Vikings minus 190. Ooh, super tough. Oh, man. If I had to choose, I have to go with Minnesota, man. I have to. 24 to 17. Should be
So,
a good game though.
uh, yep. For me, I will say Vikings win it 28. Cardinals, I'd say 17. They'll make it close, but I see the Vikings defense will find a way to make make a play that puts the game out of reach.
Yeah, but Vikings coming off that bye week, right?
That win over the Bears.
Oh, that's right. That's one of the first games we covered. Yeah. So my bad, folks. Um, yeah, should be a fun game. Cardinals. Um, well, if the Cardinals lose, they'll be at 500. I mean, they still got a chance to make something happen, but this could be one of those games where if Sam Donald does have a bad game, Arizona could capitalize.
Yeah, and speaking, big having an off game. Mike Marvin Harrison Jr. going against. I mean, hopefully he can go toe to toe Justin Jefferson. So battle at number 18. So we'll see how that plays out. And this might be the first time Sam Darnold and Kyle Murray are faced off against each other. I could be wrong on that, but either way, it should be a interesting one at U.S. Bank Stadium on Sunday.
Yeah, so most definitely. But um, I'm actually gonna move on to our next segment because I was gonna look up about the matchup, and actually I'll make a note of that for another title caption of that. So anyway, moving on. Okay, so Texans at Jaguars. Just give me 34-10. I don't care. Just Texans, you should win this game. I don't care. Just win.
Yeah, Texans, there is not going to be an upset this week. Doug Peterson's been, it's been good, but sorry, all things, their time in Jacksonville is coming to an end, and it's not going to be on the Hollywood end. It's going to be on a whimper. So, yeah, let's get this game out the way. See here, folks.
Well, speaking of whimper, we got the betting odds 220 minus 225 for Houston and Jaguars plus 190. So good luck, Jacksonville. You're gonna need it.
Oh, yeah. So, moving on, let's go to, game in East Weatherford, where has not been fun to Jets or Giants on Sunday. So, Seahawks have at it. Jets, put 14.
Wow, I'm shocked to see that. I thought it'd be a little bit more closer. So Jets plus 110. Seahawks Seahawks minus 130 for the betting odds. Uh, hmm, I'm gonna say at least 10 point game, so 31 to 21
All
for
right.
Seattle. Excuse me.
Well, either way, Seattle, but your first place. Build on that. Jets, yeah, this long season is not coming to an end anytime soon. You want it to
So
end.
let's pump the brakes on this next one. But you can go ahead and hit that button.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to the late slate. Starting up here at Bank of America Stadium. Uh, Gonna be an interesting one between the Panthers and the Bucks.
Well, uh, well, Amir, I'm happy to announce that I will be at this game this Sunday.
Okay, all right.
So I will be in attendance at Bank of America Stadium come 4 o'clock. So, oh boy, I'm gonna go for it. Panthers, I think you guys win this one 20-17. I feel good.
All right. Put my name on there. As for the well, you played the Chiefs tough. Last time you played Tampa at home, nobody in Panthers uniform sniffed the scoreboard. That's going to change this time. You know what? Panthers, show me some. Let's make sure that we saw last Sunday on my birthday wasn't a fluke. So okay,
Really? Wow, I thought you would pick the Buccaneers.
it should be. I'm expecting a close game at Bank of America Stadium. I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, with the Panthers getting the win for both of us because
Hmm.
the betting odds say otherwise. Minus 250 for Tampa Bay, and if you're Carolina, you're plus 210.
Yep. Well, I will say this, Panthers. I hope to see a lot of Chuba. Them playing Chuba Chuba, whatever they call it. A lot of Chuba Hubbard. I'll put it that way. Yeah, 170 yards the last time they played. When they played him in Tampa last season. And yeah, Rashad White and Bucky Irvin. I know they're gonna have something to say about that. And Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield. So and yeah, Dave Canales placed in his former team for the first time as well. So I know he's got something to prove.
Yep, and I forgot to add this in our Alexa segment. So we've in the Carolina game against Kansas City. Uh, uh, I can't say his name to save my life. So Javion Sanders,
Yeah, Jatavion Sanders.
Jatavion Sanders had a massive hit up to the helmet as he fell right on his lid, and oh man, he had to go straight to the hospital right after that injury took place. When as of this recording, and then when I'm hearing from reports and rumors that it turned out to be just a concussion. At first, it was a neck injury. So after further evaluation, it turned out to be a concussion for the rookie tight end.
Yeah, so, yeah, that was a scary sight, but luckily it wasn't too serious. And so see recovery to Tavion Sanders. So and I won't probably be on the field this Sunday, but hopefully we'll see you at toward sometime afterwards. So either way, Panthers, Bucks have at it. Should be a fun one to make from America Stadium, and there'll be a lot of scoreboard watching because none of the NFC South team will be playing in a 405 slot, that being the New Orleans Saints, who have momentum.
Well, the Saints have momentum after a shocking development last time. So
Yeah, Saints. Dan
go ahead,
Rizzi is
Amir.
yeah, Dan Rizzi. You have managed to breathe some life back into the Big Easy and won two straight games, both at home. And as for the Rams, Sean McVay, yeah, that face says it all. Like, which one we're gonna see? One that it's been up and down season for you guys, especially the last time in
It
there. My
it ha-
bad.
it has. So the betting odds minus 145 for Rams, Saints plus 145. So you guys are in the driver's seat this week, and I would have to agree with Mr. Betting odds. The score, um, it's 20-14, something weird.
In favor of the Rams or Saints.
For Rams, excuse me.
Hmm. Hopefully, the referees won't get involved like we've seen over the years with this team. We did one on back right before the season started with that Bottlegate one, which you can learn right now. And as for the Rams, I say you win this one. Hopefully, there won't be a Nickel Roby Coleman type situation, but you win this one. Be close. 27-20.
27-20, huh? Well, I like that. Um, well, we have some interesting scores from both of those teams. So, um, Rams, I hope you can get back on track. And the Saints, you lost Dennis Allen a few weeks back, and you got the win. Uh, oh, and with your interim head coach, but McVay is not going to go down without a fight. Um, yep, so that's my reasoning.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of not going down without a fight, oh, man, we got a good one in CBS 425 game.
Ooh, this
Battle of the
should
running
be
back.
wow. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Oh
Yeah,
my
battle of the
goodness.
aging running backs. Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. Oh man, that's
Yes.
gonna be good.
Oh, oh, grab your favorite snack and grab your favorite soda pop or whatever because this is gonna be a fun one. But oh, who to choose, or who to take rather.
Oh yeah, and hopefully have some leftovers from Thanksgiving because this is gonna be
Yes.
oh, it's gonna be one heck of a after party on Sunday at M&T and Bank Stadium.
Well, game of the year nominee.
Definitely.
So, oh, Amir, I can't. I don't know who to pick.
I don't blame you, but I can get this out the way. I mean, Ravens 30 equals 27.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna be different for this one. So give me Philadelphia. Give me. Hmm, give me. Ooh, 34-27. Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. Should be a high scoring one. Excuse me for yawning, folks. It's early in the morning, but either way, should be exciting one at in-team Bank Stadiums as we predicted. So either Saquon or Derrick Henry will score the game-winning touchdown, or Lamar or Jalen. You know,
Yeah, like I said, I kept saying it in our recap segment. Those two right there on on your screen are the best running backs in the NFL, and heck, even the best steals of the offseason.
yep. Offensively, yes, and overall, I mean, Xavier Kenny, he's doing good things in Green Bay. Either way, oh man, this I'm looking forward to this game.
Me too, man. Me too. And speaking of games, 49ers, you
So don't get the
hopefully will and 49ers coming up next.
don't forget the betting odds.
Oh, the betting odds, excuse me. Oh, thank you for stopping me, Amir, before I continue. So the betting odds plus 125 for the Eagles and Ravens minus 145. So there are your betting odds. Now I can get to my next point.
Yeah, yeah, good,
49ers,
good.
49ers, hopefully Brock Purdy is back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, hopefully, but not ready for the Allen Bowl. Brandon versus Josh. Anybody? No.
Uh,
Okay. Well, either way, Bills, you're coming up the big one over the Chiefs. Back at home against a 49ers team that is, well, thrilling. So Bills, let's hope no letdown. So
uh, well, we don't know what Brock Purdy's situation's looking like. So give me 1 second, folks. We'll see if I can find anything about that. Um, well, as of 24 hours ago, is the former Iowa State quarterback expected to play? Um, yeah, we don't really know anything per se. I haven't seen any Instagram, Facebook, NFL posts about him yet. So just to play it safe, I would have to go with the Bills should win this one. 31-21.
all right, so yeah, Bills fans might have to sweat it out a little bit at Orchard Park, but can walk away victorious nonetheless. And let's get to the betting odds as well.
Betting odds minus 300 and the 49ers plus 250.
Okay. Yep. So not quite a
Bills,
week back
you
when the
are in the
snow
driver's
came
seat.
out in April. I will say.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Yeah, not quite the well, expecting a much better record for the 49ers entering this game back when the schedule came out in April, but Bills, I say, deficit wins one to going away, but wins nonetheless.
Hmm. Definitely. And again, sorry for interrupting you, Lemire.
That's right.
So I'm ready to move on to our final game of the week.
Yep. And be in the Mile High City between the Broncos and the
Ooh,
Browns.
right,
Browns are
Monday,
back
Monday.
for getting upsetting the 11th in playoff contention, and that should be 7 wins. So hold on there. There we go. Denver, prime time. You're in the driver's seat, the last playoff spot in the AFC. Let's get that out the way. All right.
Well, while I was talking again over you, you were saying that the Browns got the upset victory, but you were saying that Denver should pull this one out.
Well, the Browns, their last 2 wins have been upset victories over the Braves and Steelers, but I don't see that happening this Monday night.
Well, let's look at the betting odds before I forget. Broncos minus 230, Browns plus 195. Um, let well, my heart says Cleveland, but I have to play it safe. Denver, Sean Payton. I like where they're at, so give me the Broncos. 31 to 21.
Okay, so Jameson Browns will find a way to make it close. Okay. Having said all that, record predictions, anybody?
Yeah. And by the way, I do like the background that you chose, Amir. So I like.
Thank you. Just in time. Excuse me. Sorry about that. For the fall season, Thanksgiving as well. Pardon my
Yeah.
sneeze.
Well, we have what 14 games on the schedule this week.
No bye weeks, because again we got 3 games on Thursday and then a game on Friday. So yeah, all 16 teams will be playing this week.
So Amir, I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna go say 12-4.
All right. There's 16 games. There's a lot more chances. Record wise, so hmm, I did pick a few upset winners.
Mhm.
Hmm. I didn't really think of a record prediction per se, but um, eh, 11, 11 and 5. No, wait, am I doing my math right? 11 wins and
Yeah,
5
11
losses.
5.
Yeah, 11 and 5, just to play it safe.
Alrighty then. Well, it should be interesting. Another interesting week in the NFL. Again, that wraps up another segment of Deadletter Weekly Picks with the Marians and Keenan Costain. Do folks can like, subscribe, follow us down below on our social media. That'd be Instagram and Wix. Also, enjoy the games this weekend, especially on Thursday. It's Thanksgiving, so I know I'm saying this the last couple episodes, but for this one, happy Thanksgiving when the video comes out. Enjoy turkey, trifle, mac and cheese, apple pie, or whatever you're serving on Thanksgiving. And also enjoy the games and good luck to everybody out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to be back at Bank of America Stadium for a Carolina Panthers game this coming Sunday. Uh, so I'll be in attendance at 4 o'clock against Tampa Bay, and I'll be definitely be watching the games this week because of Thanksgiving. So, folks, like Amir said, enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. Enjoy the food that you have at your Thanksgiving dinner table. And like Amir said, we'll catch you guys next time. And happy Thanksgiving, folks.
Yep. See, catch you on the next episode.